Get this show on the road. Good evening, all.
Good evening. Good evening.
Why are you introducing the intro? The intro is just this. This is solo. It's just me.
You and Remy,
I lie. You do, fam. You really love interrupting the introductions.
Sorry.
It is what it is. Anyway, welcome to the Nosy podcast. We are back again with another episode this evening. I'm joined by four lovely ladies this evening. Start with Serena. Serena, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm alive. Rebecca, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, we're doing good.
That's good to hear. Fumi, how are you doing?
Doing good. Superb.
And finally, Karishma, how are you doing this evening?
I'm all right, Tommy. I'm good.
That's good to hear. So, as always, we will start with some icebreaker questions to lighten the mood and stuff. So, my first question to you guys is, what superpower, if you had the choice of any superpower in the world, would you have?
You can go first.
Walk away.
Okay. So I've known this from like childbirth, if I'm honest, but I would have telekinesis.
Yeah, you've mentioned this actually.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Always. It's when you can move stuff with your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I know what it is. I said why.
Oh, I see. Well, if I'm honest, I just think it's an amazing, I think it's the most useful one. Like, if you have telekinesis, it can aid you in everything. Like, if you want to have teleportation, if you have telekinesis, you can move the ground and then move. If you want to have, you want to fly, move the ground and move. Like, it's the most useful one, in my opinion.
Interesting. Fair enough. Everyone else, what superpowers would you have?
You mentioned yours, but mine would be teleportation.
Or you want to fly now?
Yeah, just be anywhere, just like that. Why not?
Makes sense.
Don't have to rely on planes no more.
Mm-mm.
Cars.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Me personally, I think I would either have super strength or like Fumi said, telekinesis, but I think I'll go with super strength. I can join like the world's strongest men competitions and that. Show them levels. So yeah, super strength for me. I can beat Thanos. I can probably beat Thanos with super strength. And our other two guests, what superpowers would you go for this?
I mean, I couldn't really pick one, so yeah. I've got a super hero. I don't want to be like, I lost the word for it, but I couldn't pick one. But I'd want to be like Goku. If you get, yeah, because Superman, he has his kryptonite, and like Batman's just a rich guy with loads of power tools and stuff. But Goku's got like proper superpowers. He's got like a bottomless. He's got like you could go Super Saiyan. He's got a bottomless stomach. Like he has telekinesis. He has all that stuff in it. So
that's a good one.
That's interesting.
So yeah, I was a bit.
It's a bit of a cop out, but we move. We move nevertheless. we move nevertheless. And Becca, what about you?
As a kid, I wanted to be invisible, but like invisible is like I can go through walls, kind of invisible.
Why?
Because whenever I just don't want to be in class or something, just drop a pen, go under the desk, invisible, leave.
Jesus.
But they'll know you're gone.
No, not really. If you sit in the back, it's a bit difficult to know if you're gone, unless you're one of those kids that chat all the time during the class. But now I'd like to fly. I just want the feeling of flying right above water and like seeing a whale come up and fly up with the whale.
That's nice. That's
really
nice.
That's really nice.
But we don't have powers, do we? So
We don't, unfortunately. Actually, I want to change mine. I don't want super strength anymore. I want to be able to duplicate myself. I can be in
I
multiple
think
places.
one of you is enough.
She said, bye.
Sorry, Tommy. Had to put it out there.
On my own podcast.
I mean,
This is always happening.
Every episode, someone is sending for me. What is this?
I'm glad this time I didn't start. So I'm just thank you.
Nah, you can have more of me.
I was about to start when you mentioned Thanos, but I hope myself.
Yeah, Becca, I can't lie, you're moving mad before the start of the podcast.
thank you.
You're moving very wild. But anyway, yes, I would want the ability to duplicate myself so I can be in multiple places at the same time. That'll be wavy. So one of me can go to work, one of me could sleep, one of me could eat, one of me could do whatever I want. So yeah, just multiple Tommies. That'll be legit. That'll be elite, legendary stuff.
But then what would you want to like duplicate yourself, but the main one can
I
feel
thought that as
everything?
well, Becca. I was thinking the same thing when you said sleeping.
Because that would be overwhelming.
What do you mean? Can you repeat your question?
You're eating, you're working, you're sleeping, you're... Oh, the question was, if you were to be able to duplicate yourself, would the main one still feel everything?
See, I didn't think of it that far ahead.
Because it's both it's cons with both of them.
Yes, I hear that. I didn't think that far ahead. But I would say no, because otherwise, as you said, it would be overwhelming. So, yeah.
But then, if the main one can't feel everything, then the one that's going to work is still unhappy.
Ooh,
Then that one can
that's
be permanently
interesting.
unhappy. Unless
That's
I
not
rotate
nice.
them. Unless I rotate them.
You could. Like, what happened to Monday?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you watch that film?
Okay. Yeah.
It's very, very interesting film.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Very
the word.
Correct for that film.
Mhm.
Anyway, we'll move on to the second icebreaker question, which is, what is one important skill you feel, keyword, you feel that everyone should have?
I think social skills.
That's very broad. So do you want to specify what you are meaning by social skills?
Like even if you're shy, I think that you should still be able to. Obviously, not everybody can. They're shy and all that, but I think you should still be able to express yourself. Social skill. Don't need to make like 1,000 friends, but at least if you can like speak up for yourself, I think everybody should have that.
Or would you say that's a social skill and just being able to communicate effectively?
Yeah, social speaking, communication. That's social, like that's your interaction with others as well. Like if you can express yourself well to others, that's a social interaction. I would think. Maybe I'm wrong. Communication?
I'm just asking the question.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just asking the question. So yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Everyone else, what does everyone else think is an important skill everyone should have?
Mine would probably be the same sort of, not like, if I'm to be like specific, it would be communication skills. I think if you don't have communication skills, I don't see how you would even get on with like much, because you need to communicate. You need to communicate with work, family, relationships. You always need to communicate. Bad communication leads to tough relationships.
Miscommunication leads to complications. Word to Lauren Hill. Me, I was gonna say something really petty, but I won't say what I was gonna. Actually, I'll say at the end. But me, it is to be able to listen to people, because the art of listening is very important. Because too many people respond for the sake of responding. Or I can't remember. I can't think of there's a quote that I'm thinking of, but I can't remember the quote. But it's listening to respond. So you listen to the individual. So the art of listening and listening to people and their whatever they're talking about.
Just can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
With listening, do you mean like listening or do you mean like understanding? Because it's a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like you can listen.
Understand. Oh, so the quote I'm thinking of is listening to understand something or something along
Okay.
those lines. So yeah, right. So to understand, listening in order to understand is
Okay.
what people don't really do because people
Yeah.
just vibes it, listen for the sake of listening, but they're not really attentive and understanding. So yeah.
Mine's is kind of on the same sort of lines. It was more being able to sympathize. So along with the understanding thing, it'd be great if everyone could try know what it's like to be in someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
Because people judge too quickly, or they jump to conclusions or assume. And I think if people were good at sympathizing, yeah, I think the listening and the communication could be a lot better because they understand from the other person's perspective.
Yeah, me too. So branching off of that, I was going to say empathy.
Similar.
So again, understanding, sharing the feelings of somebody else.
Interesting. Fair enough. I tell you one was that everyone should learn to drive, innit?
You're rude. You're so bad.
He
for
really just
that.
came. He came for me.
You're
Just
so
okay. He came for me too, but
mean.
okay.
For multiple people.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Anyways.
It's not even necessary.
Anyways.
I mean, see,
so
you said being
Tommy,
understanding,
cash
but
me outside.
you don't understand our
Cash me
Becca
feelings.
can drive, so
outside.
the Becca, this it don't apply to you, but
Yeah,
just
but I'll protect. Okay, I'll protect. So cash me outside.
people being able to drive is a very important skill because it gets you out of so many situations. Being able to drive is beautiful. You don't have.
It's not a necessity, though. The question was,
No,
what
it's
do they
not.
have to have? And it's not a necessity.
Period.
It is not.
Thank you very much.
Your priorities out of where?
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
it's not a necessity. Admittedly, it's not a necessity.
Yeah.
but-
I drive. Don't get me wrong, guys. I drive. I love driving. I don't know what I'd do without my car, but it's definitely not a necessity. If you got the right friends as well and right family,
But once
I
Not
got
only
to be
that.
paying like a couple of grand a year
But
just
once you
because
start
politics
driving,
you have to drive.
but okay, but now that you drive, could you now go back to a state that you're not driving?
No, of course
Yes.
Yeah. If you don't get a car.
Oh.
I was about to say, I was like, you guys are talking about driving, but if you have no car,
Yeah, I'm saying if you're not driving, that's fair enough. But if you're now driving, can you now see yourself in a situation that for an extended period of time, you're no longer driving? Me
Yeah,
personally,
because I live
So-
in London.
I was just about to say, I was
So
like, if you have
all
no
the
parking,
buses, trains,
Yeah.
like, and it would actually save me money to not have a car. I just want the convenience
There we
of it,
go.
but I could. So it's not.
I mean, that's why.
You're just being petty for no
But
reason,
that's
man.
why I wouldn't give up my car because I also live in London, but I don't want to be taking public transport because it's
Mm,
not.
it ain't it.
I can get from A to B a lot quicker and more
I
efficiently,
hear you.
although it is obviously more expensive. But yeah, it's definitely not a necessity, Tommy.
Wow, you really dampen my parade.
I'm just saying, if it was, they wouldn't make public transport. They'd be like, everyone learn to drive, like it's Tommy's new law or whatever. But,
imagine the pollution as well, guys.
You're listening.
Yeah.
Tesla's are.
if Tommy's going to pay for all you guys to be insured and have a car,
Yo.
pay for your fuel, great.
Listen. I'm not
Ooh.
Jeff Bezos. I don't have that type of money.
Then
Money-
take your petty opinion and keep it to yourself.
I really shouldn't.
I'm sorry,
It's not-
Tommy. I'm sorry, Tommy. I love you, really. Go on, carry on.
It's okay. Anyway, we'll move off the icebreaker questions and we will move on to the main theme of this podcast. And